Hey ladies and gentlemen, I'm back again with another video for you guys. And in this video, I'm coming again. I should be a spokesperson for this company, the House of Zara. I completed one of the collections because I have been looking for the last one, which actually is the first one of the collection, but my local Zara never sold it until just recently. So I finally got it, and there's 3 fragrances in the collection. This is the tobacco collection, which is tobacco '01, tobacco '02, and tobacco '03. And I'll get into more details right after I roll that beautiful Bing footage. Okay, so this video, like I just mentioned, there's 3 fragrances in the tobacco collection. All of them smell beautiful. They smell amazing. I will go over them, and actually, surprise, surprise, my dog Chico, one of these is his favorite scent. I let him smell it. He could not stop smelling it. He went crazy when I sprayed it on him. And I've never seen that reaction from him with any fragrance. Most fragrances, he'll just, give me a high five or give me a paw whenever he likes a fragrance. But this one, he just couldn't stop smelling it. Like, he smelled it literally like 5 minutes straight. He just kept sniffing the bottle. I put it down on the ground, and he just sat next to the bottle and just kept sniffing it. And I'll let you know what that one is. Okay, so I'm gonna go in order. The first one is going to be this lovely one right here. Tobacco and Jazz, Tobacco '01. This is Tobacco and Jazz from the House of Zara. This is a gourmand fragrance with pear liqueur, vanilla, and tobacco. A beautiful fragrance that I know will go perfect for the cooler months or just evening time in the warmer months. So, '01 Tobacco Jazz. So, I know what you already are thinking. Is this a dupe of Maison Margiela's replica Jazz Club? And the answer is yes, it is. This right here, from research, I've noticed that this is more of a fresher take of Jazz Club. I have got my nose on Jazz Club several times. Just never pulled the trigger and actually bought it for a bottle. I knew there was going to be clones out, and I wanted to get my nose or even just get my hands on a clone. And I have finally found one. I know Dozier has a clone. I think it's like Woody Tobacco or something like that. Boozy Tobacco. I think it's Woody Tobacco. But this one is really beautiful. Like I said, it is a fresher take on the whole Jazz Club DNA. And let's actually get this on a tester strip so I can put my nose on it. I have done full wearing, so I'll let you know about longevity. I'll let you know about projection, things like that. I mean, right off the bat, this is really sweet. It's really boozy with that rum. I think it has a pear liqueur in it. I mean, it definitely has that tobacco. Not really super strong with the tobacco, but you definitely get it in there. And this is just lovely. To me, this reminds me of just a sophisticated gentleman. He's dressed nice. He's going out, whether it's date night or whether it's out like to a jazz club, out somewhere just to be in a mature atmosphere. And just relax. Has on some nice Chelsea boots or some nice, clothes, some slacks, maybe even a blazer. This is the perfect scent for that type of gentleman. Tobacco and Jazz. To my nose, I really do think that this is a pretty decent performer. Not a beast mode because I do feel like the scent kind of dies away way sooner to my liking. So I say overall, I would get probably about 5 hours out of it, which I'm not really satisfied in that because it's an awesome scent. And I would say it definitely becomes a skin scent within the first hour, which I'm highly disappointed in that. But at the same time, you can just overspray with it because you can get this literally for 27 bucks. That's how much I paid for this. I had been looking for it for a while, and I was so happy when I finally noticed that they are selling Tobacco and Jazz. But at the same time, it's just the longevity and the performance is just not really that good. You're not really going to get a good sillage with it unless you're in close encounters. So really good for date night because you will be close with your significant other. But don't think that if you just go somewhere that you're in a more spread out setting that people are going to say, oh my God, what does he have on? Because you're really not going to get that. So unfortunately, that's the downfall of it. But the scent is beautiful. It does put you in that Replica Jazz Club DNA. So I would definitely say that the DNA of Jazz Club is definitely there. Just not really a great performer. So again, that is Tobacco and Jazz Tobacco 01 from the house of Zara. And again, going in order, we're gonna move on to Tobacco 02. And this one is Tobacco Tango. Tobacco Tango, Tobacco 02 from the house of Zara. This has top notes of almond, saffron, mandarin orange, mid notes of rose, gaiac wood, and ylang, and base notes of frankincense, tobacco, tonka bean, and labdanum. To my nose, I get a bunch of rose and tobacco. So Tobacco Tango, as you notice, it is heavy on the rose. As you can see with the notes, a prominent rose note in it. That makes it can be unisex, I would say. Let me actually spray this one on test strip as well. I know test strips don't really do fragrances justice, but since these aren't really heavy performers, I can really get a lot out of it on a test strip. So yeah, basically from my nose, I'm getting a lot of rose and a lot of tobacco with this scent. This one is a bit better performer than Tobacco and Jazz because with this one, I just get a little bit more oomph. And then when I'm like driving and I'm walking around, I definitely get whiffs of it more than I do with Tobacco and Jazz. And this one is just really beautiful. This is one of those type of scents where I would definitely say wear this on date night because I know that because of the fact that this is unisex and it leads probably slightly more on the feminine side, females would love this on date night. Or if you're just going to a bar, you're a single man going to a bar, going to a club or somewhere, and you want to be able to attract a female, I would say this would be a lovely scent because it has that rose in there that kind of makes it more feminine. And like I said, females will love that. This one, I get, like I said, I get slightly better performance, slightly better longevity. The sillage is great. So I'm definitely going to say that this one is probably more along the lines of like a 6 to 8 hour fragrance, depending on how much you spray. If you lightly spray it, you probably get closer to the 6 hour mark. But if you spray it a little heavier, you're gonna get more of that 8 hour longevity. And I would say with this one, actually the projection of it actually lasts a pretty decent amount of time. I would say probably for me, about 2-3 hours, I get actual projection where I can actually smell it every once in a while. Unlike Tobacco and Jazz, where I only get that projection maybe within the first hour, maybe hour and a half. But this one actually has some lasting power. So I definitely appreciate them for actually making a rose fragrance and tobacco fragrance that actually has a little bit of oomph, a little bit of lasting power. And even right now, I can smell this one in the air and I cannot even smell Tobacco and Jazz anymore, just that fast. So This one is Tobacco 2, and it is Tobacco Tango. Okay, and last one but not least is Tobacco 3, which is Tobacco Treasure. Tobacco Treasure, Tobacco 3 from the House of Zara. This is an amber fragrance with cinnamon, tonka bean, and vanilla to add a little bit of sweetness to it. A beautiful fragrance that I definitely recommend for the colder months. Okay, now Tobacco Treasure is probably my least favorite out of all three of them, even though it's still a beautiful, beautiful scent. It is amazing. And with this one, I would say with my nose, the notes that I really kind of get from this one, and the way that I'm smelling in the air right now, and I will spray it on tester strip, but this one is more to me is that tobacco and kind of incense to me. I know I just went over the fragrance notes, but that was a different recording, so if I'm not mistaken, yeah, that's what I get in my nose. I get kind of a darker tobacco with this one. So this one is more of a fall and wintertime fragrance to my nose. The other two, you can really wear them all year round. Tobacco Tango with that rose note, you can wear it all year round. And Tobacco Jazz, I would say you can wear it all year round, but if it's hot, wear it more in the evening time than to just wear it during the daytime, because it will be kind of cloying if you kind of wear that Tobacco Jazz during the daytime, even though it's not a heavy projector, but with the notes, it's just not fit for the warmer months. So, with that being said, like I said, I just get more of a darker resonance with this one. It's still a beautiful fragrance. This one actually performs decently as well. Not as decent as Tobacco Tango, but at the same time, it still does perform pretty decent. Like I said, Tobacco Jazz is the one that performs the worst. Tobacco Tango is the one that performs the best. But Tobacco Treasure is right in the middle, which I would say you would probably get 6 to 7 hours with it. With I would say projection would probably be within that first 2 hours of decent projection, and then after that it becomes more of a half formula to a skin scent. But still an overall beautiful fragrance. So I would definitely recommend this one as well. I mean, I like all three of them. That's why this is really the only Zara collection that I've actually completed. Because I definitely think this is one of my favorite collections. Not saying these are my top 3 favorite scents from Zara, but it is my favorite collection because it's consistent. So this one is Tobacco 3, Tobacco Treasure. Okay, so ratings. How would I rate these from my favorite one to my least favorite one? It's kind of hard because I have reasons why I like them, and then I have reasons why I don't. Like, I might say I like this scent better, but the projection is not as good. I like this scent better, but it doesn't have a great longevity. You know, things like that. So I'm gonna rate it based on, you know, the different ways I feel it. I feel with them, like longevity, scent profile, projection, CIs, things like that, and then I'll give an overall rating. So starting first with Tobacco and Jazz. This one right here is probably my favorite scent profile out of all three of them, with Tobacco Tango coming at a close second. But at the same time, this one does not project well at all. It doesn't last long. So scent profile, I would definitely rate this one an 8, but it does lose points for the longevity and the projection. So longevity and projection, I'm gonna give it I would say a 3, unfortunately. So with that being said, I would give this one overall probably a 6.5. Just because the scent is there, but the projection and longevity is not. If the projection and longevity was there, this would get an 8 all the way around because I love the way it smells. But you just have to waste too many sprays in order for this one to really project and last. And then even at that point, you still have to bring it with you and re-up. So overall, this one gets a 6.5, which I wish that I can rate it better, but I can't. Now, Tobacco Tango is where this collection shines. This one smells excellent with that rose scent in there, and this one also projects pretty decently. So as far as the scent is going to get a 7.5, and the longevity and the projection, I would actually give this a 7. So overall, this scent is going to get a 7 for Tobacco Tango. This scent is going to get a 7. This is a beautiful scent. It also projects pretty well. This was a great scent for the ladies, so it's good for date night, good if you're trying to, attract somebody, things like that. So I would definitely rate this one overall a 7. Great longevity, great projection. Next one, Tobacco Treasure. This one also smells really good. My least favorite out of all 3, but still really good. If I had to choose between all 3, I would say I'd put this one on the back burner after I wear these 2. But the longevity and projection is pretty decent. Not as good as O2 Tobacco Tango, but still has pretty good longevity and pretty good performance. So as far as the scent profile is going to get a 7 for this one. A beautiful scent. Like I said, not my favorite out of all of them, but still a beautiful scent. Now, longevity and projection, I'm going to give that overall, I'm going to give that probably about a, I would say a 6.5. Not the worst projection, but then not the best. And you can smell it, every once in a while. You can get it. So I would say overall, this one is going to get a solid 7 in my book. I would say overall, this is going to get a solid 7. So that's been my ratings of the tobacco collection. This is not the only tobacco collection because there is other fragrances like Tobacco Sublime. There's other fragrances like Rich Warm Addictive. There's a ton of other tobacco fragrances, but this is their line of fragrances. Like they have tobacco, they have the old line, they have the woody line, things like that. So they decided to put a tobacco line in there as well. So I think Zara really loves tobacco fragrances because these are 3. I just named 1, 2 more, and then I think even with that Rich Warm Addictive, I think there's more in that line. There's like an infinite Rich Warm Addictive, and then there's some other tobaccos. So I think that's their most popular line of fragrances, their tobacco fragrances. So if you like these, go pick them up. Like I said, you get them for under 30 bucks. They're like $25, $27. Sometimes they even have sales where you can get these even cheaper. I've gotten some of these fragrances from Zara as low as $10, all the way up to, I haven't paid over like $30 for a fragrance because they're a cheapy house and they're a clone house. They might not pride themselves as a clone house, but trust me, all of these fragrances smell like another fragrance. They have Invictus clones, they have Creed Aventus clones, they have clones of Dior Homme, they have clones of Allure Homme. I mean, come on now. They have Angel's Hair clones, Zerzov clones. I mean, they're basically a clone house. So I'm gonna conclude this video. I know it's going approximately at the 20-minute mark, so I'm gonna end it here. If you like this type of content, please be sure to tell a friend, to tell a friend's mother, father, sister, brother, cousin that Davinci the Poet does poetry and sim reviews. I'm out. Salute, peace, and God bless. Oh, and by the way, the back and jazz, that's my dog's favorite. Matter of fact, as soon as I said it, he poked his head up. God bless.